On this episode of the Oregon National Guard Quarterly Review, we'll take you to Kingsley Field and Klamath Falls as they celebrate Month of the Military Child, and introduce you to the newest additions to the Oregon National Guard's fleet of vehicles. Hello and welcome to the Spring 2017 Quarterly Review. I'm Technical Sergeant Stephen Conklin. While pilots protect the skies here in the Pacific Northwest, a unique Air National Guard unit works with local officials to protect the communities here on the ground. Senior Airman Alex Frank gives us a peek into the life of the 142nd Fighter Wing Explosive Ordnance Disposal Unit.
When local authorities encounter unexploded military ordnance, they call Senior Airman Alec Camp and his fellow airmen at EOD.
EOD stands for Explosive Ordnance Disposal. So I guess the down and dirty, it's the military's bomb squad. So we deal with anything and everything pretty much anything that explodes that the military creates. That's our bread and butter.
While EOD's presence is vital to handling aircraft munitions, the unit finds their skills in demand across the state.
The only reason that we're here is supporting the aircraft because of all their munitions that they're carrying and flares and everything like that. But the added perk of having us is we can respond and take care of all the ordnance items throughout the state of Oregon. We work a lot with the local FBI agency, their bomb squad, and Oregon State Police and local police around the state of Oregon. So we have all of the state of Oregon and then the bottom of Washington as a response area.
As one of the few forces capable of responding to military ordnance in Oregon, the unit is always ready to tackle anything and everything.
And we're always practicing pretty much everything because all of our lives depend on it. So we need to be as proficient as we can.
Reporting for the 142nd Fighter Wing, I'm Senior Airman Alexander Frank.
Preparedness is essential in the National Guard, no matter the job. In a secluded area in Oregon's rainy forests, Oregon Army National Guard medics refresh their training to stay prepared for any mission they may be called on to do. At Camp Najoff near Monmouth, Oregon, Oregon Army National Guard combat medics are conducting their annual 68 Whiskey refresher training, ending with a capstone exercise that puts their skills to test. The chief instructor for today's training, Army Master Sergeant William Wellborn, says the hands-on training has unique benefits.
The main benefit is building some of that muscle memory, do tough, realistic training, get them out in the environment where it's harder for them to open packages. They lose some of that fine muscle memory. It's distracting when there's artillery simulators and a little bit of a stressful environment.
We got guys in the kill zone! During the capstone exercise, Oregon Guardsmen, armed with paintball guns, were attacked by opposing forces while on a foot patrol. The combat medics called in a medical evacuation using a 9-line report and proceeded to load casualties onto field ambulances. The trainees later simulated loading the injured onto a Black Hawk helicopter that landed at Camp Najoff to assist in the training.
This year we've been especially challenged by the rain. It's been a very inclement year, but the soldiers have really powered through. They stayed highly motivated, and they just don't quit. Like, it doesn't matter if the rain's pouring down. They just can't want to keep training. So it's kind of, they keep me going and I keep them going.
While today's exercise marked the end of the refresher training, the combat scenarios, while providing medical evacuation, are a memorable way to prepare these soldiers.
Yeah, I think these guys walk away when they get into a real-life scenario. They're going to have the mental toughness to push through anything.
For the Oregon Military Department Public Affairs, I'm Technical Sergeant Stephen Conklin. Air Force jets are an integral part to our national defense, but these machines wouldn't be able to do their job if it wasn't for the combined efforts of Air Force personnel on the ground. Sergeant First Class April Davis tells us about one group of airmen who work to keep the airways safe for our planes.
Air traffic controllers communicate with planes in the sky and on the ground, giving the verbal green light to maintain a smooth flow of traffic in the airways. Here at Kingsley Field, the 270th Air Traffic Control Squadron does just that. Everything that happens on an airfield is constantly under the watchful eye of air traffic controllers. Air traffic controllers monitor and direct aircraft throughout all aspects of each flight in order to prevent accidents. Along with providing air traffic control to Kingsley Field, these airmen are trained to do their jobs on the road and can rapidly deploy to any location in the world to provide air traffic control operations. A combination of airfield system maintainers, air traffic control specialists, and power production specialists work together to ensure the MS-N7 Mobile Air Traffic Control Tower is operational. Through keen attention to detail, these airmen ensure combined air superiority, which is dedicated to keeping peace in any region. Reporting for the Oregon Military Department Public Affairs, I'm Sergeant First Class April Davis.
Hand-me-downs from your siblings may be nothing to smile about, but as the 1st Battalion 82nd Cavalry Regiment has recently found out, gifts from other Guard units can bring new and exciting capabilities. Tech Sergeant Jason Van Mork brings us to Yakima, Washington, where Oregon soldiers are training on their new equipment.
At the Yakima Training Center, near Yakima, Washington, the Oregon Army National Guard is testing out its newest armored vehicles, the Stryker.
Since this is our first time rolling out with these trucks and shooting them, so we're out here to experience and get a little feel for it. It's a perfect day out here, and looks like the guys are doing pretty good out there.
The Stryker is named after Private First Class Stuart Stryker, an Oregon native, and Specialist 4 Robert Stryker from New York, both Congressional Medal of Honor recipients. While not related by blood, both gave their lives in separate wars to save their comrades. The Oregon Army National Guard will receive a total of 80 of these vehicles in different variations for multiple missions.
Currently, this is a whole new animal for us. It pretty much can go anywhere. We haven't gotten stuck yet.
1st Battalion 82nd Cavalry soldiers from around Oregon are spending 28 days in the high desert of Yakima in central Washington, learning the ropes with these new rigs. Now, at the tail end of the net fielding, the soldiers are feeling pretty confident with their new vehicles.
They're liking it. The maintenance is a little rough, but I think once we get it all dialed in, it'll be a good asset.
With time and training, these soldiers and their new rides will be capable of meeting any mission thrown their way.
Nah, it's just been fun. Been a fun ride, and look forward to the future with these things. It'll be fun.
For the Oregon Military Department, I'm Technical Sergeant Jason Van Mork.
April is the month of the military child. Tech Sergeant Jason Van Mork joins us from Klamath Falls, where the 173rd Fighter Wing highlights the importance that families have to our citizen airmen.
The 173rd Fighter Wing Airmen and Family Readiness Program collaborated with the State Youth Outreach Program, the Oregon National Guard Child and Youth Program, and the Starbase Program to provide children of Kingsley Airmen an afternoon of hands-on learning designed to be interactive and fun. More than 30 children took part in the second Kingsley's Kids Day this April. Kingsley's Kids Day is one of the many ways the Oregon Air National Guard celebrates the month of April, officially designated as the month of the military child. The afternoon started with paper airplane building in the Starbase classroom and quickly moved outside on the sunny day. What better way to find out how well your airplane flies than a paper airplane tossing contest? Organized in 7 different teams, the kids took to launching their planes with gusto. After several attempts to reach maximum distance, a winner was declared, and it was time to head out to the flight line to see the real jets take off. The kids hunkered down a safe distance from the runway and waited for the first F-15 Eagle to fly by. They covered their ears and watched in delight as the Eagles flew past. With the day coming to a close, the kids took their newfound knowledge of planes and flight home to maybe dream about the day that they will become pilots. Reporting for the 173rd Fighter Wing Public Affairs Office, I'm Technical Sergeant Jason Van Mork.
That's it for this episode of the Oregon National Guard Quarterly Review. Thanks for joining us, and see you next time.